Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it appears that I have been summoned again for an incident that has occurred within the last 48 hours. And you want to know the way that I know an incident has actually occurred? It's because whenever I go on Twitter, which I actually do to look at stuff that isn't related to gacha, I get bombarded, flooded with notifications of me being tagged in like 17 different fucking threads regarding toxicity, gacha tribalism, all like, look at this shit. My finger's getting tired and it's still not stopping. Like, do you see what's going on over here? And so I've been summoned. You can clearly see there's so many notifications. There's even like individual links to my name. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at this? Because it appears that Box 2 has gotten himself into some trouble with the Wuthering Waves community, where people are potentially resurrecting, performing necromancy on some old VODs, some old clips, in refutation of some recent statements that are made. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this one over here that has gotten a little bit viral, and it's a past VOD from Box.
Okay, here's what I think, okay? I think the Wuthering Waves community is by far the worst community in gacha, alright? The whole Genshin Impact killing cats trying to kill the CEO doesn't even... None of that compares to the shit that curl bots are doing, man.
So my initial take on this is, the guy is obviously joking, right? And I don't think that there's very many individuals out there who would take this initial clip and view it as too crazy, right? I think most people can tell this is a bit of like deadpan, sarcastic humor. Deadpan, sarcastic level of humor where you say something relatively emotionlessly because, well, that's kind of like what he's doing right now to pretend that it's something that he actually believes in. That's what I believe most people would think from this.
I'll just be completely fucking honest, man. Like, if you have seen some of the shit that people have been saying on Twitter from curlbots, it doesn't even compare, man. So all
because we're comparing somebody, like, talking about how bad Genshin's graphics are, saying that, oh my gosh, your Mavawika motorcycle looks like Poopy Head, to, like, assassinating the CEO, like, that level of equivalency is just so absurd and, like, you called me a mean poopy head versus I'm going to assassinate the CEO. Like, that level of just, like, there's a level of, like, dissonance between those two things where when somebody draws a comparison between them, you can't really take it seriously. Unless you're, like, autistic.
These dogs acting like they are better than the Hoyo shows, man. Just grow up, man. What are you, 5 years old, bro? God, fuck you. Get a life, dude. Get a fuck.
I don't really think that that was too crazy. However, this is where stuff starts getting a little bit, and this is why I'm going to say what I'm going to say. In recent times, literally the last 48 hours, and this is where stuff just starts getting murky, and this is where stuff starts getting really retarded, and this is when I start questioning why people are doing the things that they're doing. This is what occurs. Somebody posts this, and they say, I hope he's joking, because it sounds like he's joking the entire clip. And then Box responds with, in the last 48 hours, he responds with, I'm not. And this is where I have to take some time to talk about Twitter, CCs, and what the fuck is wrong. Because my take is, why are we doing this? What is the point? Because this is all a follow-up. There's actually more lore here. These are just some of the most recent developments. This is a follow-up on the recent string of rage baiting that Box has been doing on Twitter regarding the Game Awards, regarding Wuthering Waves, and regarding Genshin Impact. And as you can see over here, we're kind of like all up on Honkai Star Rail. We're, let's be honest here, probably fucking depressed because it's delayed by 2 weeks and the update looks like shit and this looks like shit. We basically fill the narrative of a disgruntled HSR player who's giga mad about the fact that their update is dog shit. And then after lamenting over how bad the state of HSR is, we start rage baiting the Wuthering Waves community. Let's just assume that I wanted to construct a narrative because I don't even want to right now. But it's so easy to. Like, literally, you just have to look at his fucking Twitter page, and you don't even have to construct the narrative. The narrative is there. You look like a butthurt HSR player who's looking to lash out at anything because the game's in a dog shit state, and so you decide to start rage baiting woo-wah. That's literally what it is. Like, I can't even, like, it's fucking Saul Goodman couldn't defend this, bro. And I just don't understand what it is with CCs and what it is with, like, gacha communities and stuff. Like, why do we do this? Why are we doing this? Why are we just, like, so visibly rage baiting? And even if we don't have an agenda, our previous posts make it look like we have an agenda, and there's nothing you can even deny. Like, Box, even if you, like, this alone, these, like, 3 posts in order alone is enough for anybody now to call you a Hoyo shill forever. So it's like, why even rage bait after this in the first? What does it do? What, you can't even, like, garner up dudes, right? From, like, Hoyoverse fans, because there aren't any anymore. So, like, who are we pandering to by doing this? So you got that, then you got this post as well as, like, a follow-up, and then you got this one as well as, like, a sarcastic joking follow-up, and then you got this one as well as, like, a 4th follow-up, and then you got this one too, where we're trying to, like, now take the drama from Twitter and turn it into stream content, and then now we're continuing to rage bait. Guys, this is my take. We have, in the gacha space, in the year 2025, we have a living case study of what happens to your career when you decide to make rage baiting on Twitter your hobby. It's this retard's channel. Literally, this is all you need to see for a case study on why you shouldn't rage bait 24/7. Because right now, bro is pulling 3.9K in 10 fucking hours. What the fuck? Is this what we want? Box, what are you fucking doing? You have a literal history text. Why do you think they keep saying history repeats itself? You have a literal indication over here of what happens to dumb CCs who decide to rage bait. And you want to know why this guy rage baited? Because he was like, "Oh, I'm Eisen. I've got my master plan. I'm actually going to turn this into my marketing for my Bob account. My Bob account, where all I can pull are the new units and confirm that the game has power creep." Right? It's like this was all to advertise and market for his stupid ass free to play account arc in Honkai Star Rail that he doesn't actually play and that he abandoned like 2 months in, and then he murdered the momentum of his fucking career because now everyone thinks he's a Hoyo shill and his opinions are fake and not real, and all he does is beg at Dewey's feet for a Hoyo contract. That's what everybody thinks now, and so they don't want to watch his content. And Box, again, even Pokey has learned he can't really even rage bait that much anymore. This is all he does nowadays. And yes, you can tell he really wants to go back to these days. He really wants to do this. But he knows that if he does, he will get his cheeks fucking clapped. So that's why he behaves nowadays. Because it's not like he's got to cling on to whatever he has left at this fucking point. Box, do you want to be in that same fucking situation? And you want to know what the funniest part is about it? I think Pokey has actually made a fucking take on the Box situation. Even this guy knows. The guy that ruined his career from Twitter rage baiting, even this guy knows he doesn't want this fucking heat. The guy who was front and center. The guy who said if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. And so he got the fuck out of the kitchen. He's staying out here. Box, you need to get the fuck out of the kitchen as well. Because this little streak over here, this, hey, I am devastated by HSR being dog shit. Now I'm gonna rage bait the woo-wah community for the next 48 hours. What are we trying to do here? What are we gonna get more viewers that, like, what do we do? Like this is the thing. HSR is a dog shit patch. It's in a dog shit stretch. It has like 500 viewers right now on Twitch. Are you thinking that this is gonna make the HSR viewers come back? Is rage baiting woo-wah gonna make the HSR viewers come? What audience are we trying to gather from this? How does this benefit us in any way? Was it all for this? a call with fucking John Seaman. Look at your game, dude. Look at this. I literally said it was going to be below 500. What the fuck? When these are the stats of the game, and then we're seeing rage baiting other gachas for 48 hours. What story does this tell? Just look at the optics. Even if I wanted to defend you, I couldn't. Why do you think he did this? There's no defense. If you are seen at this point attacking other games, people will just assume it's because you're butthurt that your game is dead. To say Mr. Pokey nuked his career is pretty disingenuous. If you're getting 3.9K on a 10-hour video, yeah, that's fucked. I don't really know what else to tell you. But hey, if you want to lie to yourself and say that these stats are good, go for it. It's just then you would be delusional. But then again, you came in here in my chat just to defend Mr. Pokey after seeing a 3.9K view in 10-hour video. You came in here to say, well, he's actually getting a lot. No, that's not a lot. That's anybody with eyes and a pulse would be able to confirm that that's not a lot. Oh, by the way, he has almost 200,000 subscribers and he got 3.9K views. Doesn't that kind of just mean that his subscribers are fucking fake? Nah, I didn't say that, just putting words in my mouth. So, this is the thing. You did say that. You say he didn't nuke his career, but yes, getting 3.9K views on a 10-hour video when you're originally getting 40, 30K in that span of time, yes, some would say that 1/10ing your views in 7 months is pretty bad. Most people would say that 1/10ing your views is pretty bad, but hey, like I said before, if delusion is your thing, then don't let me stop you, man. Like, you can think whatever you want. That's what free will's all about, baby. And I'm free to think you're retarded. Anyways, I've already talked about this situation a lot. Why don't we go ahead and see what some other CCs are thinking regarding this situation? And this is the thing, right? I'm naturally going to disagree with some individuals. I'll keep the disagreements polite. And I'm going to be honest. I feel like so far, I don't even think I've been that mean to Box. If anything, I think I've just yelled, but I think I've said things that are honestly pretty nice overall. Because this is just something... Sometimes the fellas need a little bit of tough love. I think this is one of those situations where I do feel like it's at least somewhat justified. Okay, now let's take a look at what some other CCs are saying. This is going to be the take from Captain Cabinets over here. Bro is just being silly in response to a dumb situation. It's not that deep, and I don't think people should paint Box 2 of all people as an enemy that's next that needs to be dogpiled to the same extent as someone that actually has real malice and wrongful critique of Wuwa. I think those are relatively agreeable statements over there. However, what I will say in response to this is actions have consequences, right? And I don't feel like this is one of those situations where we can just sweep shit under the rug and pretend that it didn't happen. And Box getting dragged a little bit on social media, I don't think is that big of a deal. Because, like, what he did is incredibly retarded. So, like, I'm not gonna go ahead and suggest that he gets fucking deplatformed. Like, suggest he gets deplatformed, or, like, somebody said, like, oh, all those Hoyo shells need to be put down, like, not like that shit. But it's like, hey, if you say some really dumb shit or do some incredibly dumb fucking shit, like, again, rage bait an entire community for 48 hours right before the Game Awards as your game goes through the worst stretch in its history with the worst update ever, an extension on the worst update ever, and all this stuff, it's like, guys, it takes less effort to not move your fingers and press the enter key when you're on Twitter. It's actually easier to just not move your hands. However, nobody does that. Everyone feels the need to, like, put out their opinion on certain things, even if that opinion can be extremely damaging to them. It's just like, why? And this is the last part that I'll say. What Box did is incredibly fucking stupid, not just in the context of rage baiting from HSR being dog shit, but it's deciding to specifically rage bait the Wuthering Waves community. When you know everything that has gone on in Wuwa over the past couple of weeks. We literally have the Gathering community notes fucking image over here where somebody, like, actually documented every single time on record in the past 2 weeks, Hoyo shills have been caught literally fabricating misinformation regarding the game to spread as much negativity as possible right before the Game Awards. This has been going on for the past 2-3 weeks, and this is the thing. People are making memes on it. People are finding even more of them. There's even more misinfo being put out by the same accounts, and everything's getting community noted. And to make the decision and say, and this is where I'm really going to focus on the statement from Box over here, to go ahead and try to make blanket statements that the entire community is hypersensitive when the entire discourse regarding this hypersensitivity is based on literal lies getting constantly spread about the game, then this post just easily becomes, hey, I'm calling the Woo-Wah community hypersensitive for correcting misinformation about their game. Not just minor misinformation, but literally damaging misinformation. Hey, Rover's a predator. Hey, Kuro's abusing AI. Hey, Kuro used 89% AI likeliness. Hey, Woo-Wah's graphics are actually dog shit on mobile. Guys, that's the type of misinformation that's getting community noted and corrected on Twitter. It's extremely tone deaf to make a blanket statement about hypersensitivity with that knowledge. Box is getting indicted for either ignorance or he's getting indicted for fucking stupidity at this point. Because if he knew about all these things, right, and then still said the game is just, the community is just hypersensitive, that's fucking stupid. That's incredibly fucking dumb to say. And if he didn't know about all these things that happened, then he's just making a blanket statement while being super ignorant about everything going on in the present. So it's one of two things. He's either being extremely stupid or being extremely ignorant. And those are the only two options. And when somebody acts extremely ignorant or extremely stupid, usually they get some consequences and something bad typically happens to them. And in this situation, I do think that some kind of negative feedback has to be in the cards for Box, because what the fuck are we even saying right now? None of this shit makes any sense, and this just comes off as another illegitimate attack that feels like it's in the same vein as the other misinformation that's been said. Because Box, this is effectively misinformation. And I've already listed out all the reasons for why. That's going to be one of Cap's takes. Now let's see some other takes for some other CCs. This will be a fun little wrap up for this one. I swear, and this we got a good old penis head here himself. I swear my Twitter feed is full of so many useless arguments about fucking streamer awards and game awards, and I'm over here just trying to figure out where the fucking gold blocks are located inside of a bastion for my hardcore Minecraft run. Main takeaway is Fob is a nerd, and also he is just tired of this shit. And this is also the thing. You probably can't tell as well, but for my spiel at the start and the fact that I can still scroll through this entire thing and still see notifications regarding this, I'm fucking tired of this shit too. I'm just sitting over here watching CCs just commit career suicide for no reason. I don't want to see it. I have no reason to dislike Box. Just stop using Twitter for controversial takes unless you are equipped to handle the backlash. And guys, a lot of these CCs, they have no idea what they're getting themselves into, and they'll be like, I can handle it. I can handle it. I can do it. And then that's them literally 5 hours after they get some negative feedback. They start fucking crying, bro. Just stop. Not everybody is built like this. If you're not built for controversy, don't do it. And if you're not built for controversy, definitely don't pretend that you are. I will not engage. If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. He did engage and he couldn't handle the heat. I don't get it. Like, what is it with like gacha CCs and like pretending to be hard? Half of y'all have probably never actually struggled. Like, what is up with you guys pretending to be fucking tough? I don't get it. I don't get it. You guys play gacha games. Literal anime 3D games. Like, we're not out here like fucking, we're not like athletes or some shit. Why do we feel the need to pretend to be like super tough all the time on Twitter? Tohu Sniper, Mr. Pokey, Jenazad with the soy slam on the table. Guys, Box, guys, the only people that should be acting tough in the gacha space are like Tectone and Gacha Smack, because they could actually beat you up IRL. Those are like the only ones that should actually be like acting tough. But like, Box, you're like fucking 100 pounds. Pokey. You might actually be a bigger guy, but I feel like your time in the army was literally fake. Because you came back, I think, looking smaller. And everybody else? What are we doing here, guys? Now, let's wrap up. Let's wrap up. We've got one final take regarding this circumstance over here. We've got one final take, ladies and gentlemen. So why don't we go ahead, get ourselves a little bit wrapped up with this one, and just see what Mr. 7 out of 10, somebody who's gotten firsthand experience, getting excommunicated from the Wuthering Waves community. Let's see what his take is on the Box 2 situation. And do remember, guys, this is the guy that said, you guys are worthless, less than human, scum that should reroll IRL because they called him a clapped walnut in his comment section.
Wu is never gonna lose the stigma, bro. It's just not ever gonna happen. Wu is literally never gonna lose that stigma, bro. It's a cry wolf mentality. It's like they have legitimate things that they get criticized for, and they also have a lot of bullshit that they get criticized for.
Proof? Hey guys, here's proof of the legitimate things that Wuwa gets criticized. Or sorry, here's proof of the non-legitimate things that Wuwa gets criticized for. Hey, Jenazad, let's see the... So you remember the past video that I made about this guy, where he has a tendency to just make blanket-ass allegations without any evidence at all? And his blanket allegation is, hey guys, there are documented instances of people making shit up about Wuwa. Yes, entirely, 1,000,000%. Documented misinformation that's constantly being generated about the game. But then he's also saying there's legitimate criticisms, but where are those?
For him, you know? But the problem is they complain about literally everything.
Oh yeah, apparently they complain about literally everything.
So it's just like...
Like what?
It's hard for people to take them seriously.
Like what?
It's just how it is, man.
So the proof is, it's just how it is.
It's like, if they were only defending themselves against, like, bullshit, like, I don't know, some people from Hoyo, like, Twitter were, like, making up some random-ass AI images or...
We got the proof of that one, right? So I'm glad that he's providing proof, or at least mentioning it, right? But we already saw that one. Is he gonna provide proof of the other situation?
Some shit like that. Like, if they're going about and, like, debunking that stuff... People are like, oh, that's fine. Yep. The problem is, they get, like, mad about, like, literally everything. So,
like what?
So it's like, no one can take them seriously, man.
Dude, I don't know how anyone watches this guy. It's like, bro just says, yeah, they're terrible. Yeah, they do all this bad shit. Like what? It's just bad. Bro is just saying shit without, I don't even think he's thinking.
That's the problem. It's a boy who cry wolf situation. It's like sometimes they're totally on the nose and correct, sometimes they're way off the rockers. So, I don't know, man. That's just how it is. The problem is that everything gets lumped into one community. And they don't disown the people who are the ones that are making shit weird.
We did, though. That's why you got disowned, Jenazad. That's why you don't upload any more Wuthering Waves videos. Yeah, that's why your last Wuthering Waves video was at the start of version 2.6, which was like 4 months ago. Yeah, you literally got disowned. You wanna know who else got disowned? Your girlfriend, Maggie. She got disowned too. Yeah, y'all both got kicked out together. So yeah, the weirdos did get removed. So I don't know what we're doing, just straight up lying here as well, because you're talking about weirdos not getting removed, but the two biggest weirdos in the space did get removed. Like, kind of like at the same time too, which is like oddly fitting. But yeah, the two weirdos 100% got fucking excommunicated this year.
So, it just makes them one collective, really.
Hey guys, I got kicked out by the Wuwa community because I told all of them to go re-roll IRL, and I couldn't stop bragging about Kurofest and how much better I was and how much more money I spent compared to those disgusting dog Kuro dogs. I said all that shit on stream and then proceeded to provide the worst apology in gacha history and didn't even address any of the shit that I was saying and only said it was actually all still the Wuwa community's fault, and then got kicked out by them, and I'm still butthurt several months later, and I can't keep Saint's name out of my fucking mouth. I keep blaming him for everything afterwards too. I even what's it called, was making up shit about HSR and Genshin Impact while reviewing the revenue fucking report. I made shit up about Genshin Impact while reading the revenue report. Somebody asked me for proof. I said I had no proof. And then when somebody asked, hey, why don't you have any proof? You sound like Saint. He just suddenly said, I'm not a liar like Saint. I also talk to real people and Saint doesn't. You do all of this shit, my friend. This is Jenazad right here. Literally, still manufacturing insane amounts of misinformation months later regarding Wuthering Waves and continuing to say, yeah, they keep getting mad about all this shit, but I can't cite any instance. Yeah, they get mad about legitimate stuff, but they get mad about not legitimate stuff either. But I can't find. It's just those times when they get mad at the fake stuff. I can't seem to remember it. This is why you're gonna be Mr. 7 out of 10 until the end of time. That's why even on the that's why the CZN live stream, the comment section of it is literally just begging you guys not to come back. You are the most insufferable motherfucker, and even listening to this stream segment was one of the most insufferable experiences of my fucking life. Imagine, it's cry wolf. Yeah, it's just so bad, bro. It is what it is. They're like this thing. Like, I've never heard somebody be so vague and sound so absent-minded before. Like, Jesus Christ, it's like you could honestly just assume bro's thinking about what he's gonna have for dinner. The leftover pizza that's in the corner of his fucking room.
So, nothing's ever really gonna change as far as I can see. It's gonna be an infinite amount of fighting and seething and being mad on Twitter forever, and they're gonna always look bad, which is unfortunate.
Hey guys, I too would say that my ex looks bad. I'd say it too, if the breakup was that bad.
Game's good though. It's a fun game.
This is why bullying in school exists. I think this is an instance of where there was too much bullying. Like I've said before numerous times, I do think that Jenazad spent a majority of his high school career inside of a locker, and that's why he's like this. Oh, he laughed at my joke too. You can see what's going on. I personally think that this is a circumstance where it was entirely preventable and nothing needed to happen. And to see CCs that are willing to risk it all for absolutely nothing, knowing what happens to people that are consistently known as rage baiters, their career gets fucking nuked. And to see people just go ahead and decide to engage in the same level of like elementary rage baiting without the mental to handle it. This is what I mean by not having the mental to handle things. Box 2 is like 22 years old. Box 2 made a video talking about burnout. He made a video talking about how he was letting himself down. He made a video talking about how he was like disappointed in himself. If somebody's going to go out there and do all of these things, I'm going to assume that if they're that young and they're also saying stuff like this and publishing videos about it, they probably don't have the strongest or the most well-built or even like just like an aged mental willpower, mental strength, that sort of thing. It's just, I don't want CCs and I don't want people to be under this impression that this is a route to actually go on to achieve success, because it does literally the opposite. And for those CCs that want to, I guess, affiliate themselves on either side of the equation, guys, sometimes it's okay for your friends to get some licks. It's okay. Even if you like a person, it's okay for sometimes negative things to happen to them so that they get lessons. And this is a circumstance where I feel like Cap is way too much on the defense. She's way too much on the defense and like playing into like we should just like stop talking about it completely, like just pretend it never happened, just like wipe it away. Guys, it's like not that deep. It isn't that deep. And the response he's getting right now isn't that deep either. He's getting quote retweeted and then people are saying his take is wrong. We're also exaggerating the situation over here to just be like, oh, like people like going in like life and death. I saw mean tweets directed at him. Like I saw mean tweets directed at him. Like that's fine. If you make a stupid ass take, a dumb shit take, And then in response to your dumbass take, which we've already explained why Box's takes are extremely, like, Box's takes in this circumstance are a combination of really, really, really poor optics, like really, really poor framing, and then also really, really poor surrounding situation where HSR is bad, Wuwa's in the Game Awards, Wuwa's been doom posted by literal misinformation for the past 2 weeks. Rage baiting the game under those circumstances is just like a perfect recipe for just getting shit on. Like, there's no other real outcome from this other than somebody getting shit on. Because all he had to do was just not give a take in this situation. But yeah, all I'm gonna say is, this is so dumb. And to see such a ramp up in behavior like this towards the end of the year, to me, is just something where I'm like, guys, what are we looking to get out of this? And that should be something that I feel like not just CCs, but every person should actively be thinking about. What are we looking to get out of what we're doing right now? Is this action that I'm taking, this tweet that I'm writing, this comment that I'm typing, this react that I'm filming, what is the end goal of this? Because I feel like that's not a conversation that Box had in his head before he started doing all this shit. But maybe he did, and I'm just not seeing the bigger vision right now. But yeah, this is just my honest take on the matter, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honestly sick and tired of this shit. I'm sick and tired of watching people throw their careers away for absolutely no reason, and not learn the lessons from history that have occurred so recently in this in this year. It is what it is. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.